Welcome back. It's your host, Salvatore Pinkies Up as usual. Today we are talking UFC Fight Night. Volkov versus Aspinall. A jam-packed fight, as in jam-packed as finishes jam-packed. That was one heck of a fight night if you did catch it. If you missed it, I will be doing the recap. If you didn't miss it, well, you caught a hell of a show. One of the best fight nights at least that I've seen. I've seen some pretty good fight nights, but this was at the tops, I would say, with all the finishes, other than the Nelson versus who was that? Nelson versus Nelson. Let's look at the card real quick. It was Nelson versus Takashi Soto. For God's sakes, every other fight was jam packed. I didn't catch any early prelims, but let's look at the numbers for early versus Ja. Ja obviously had the height and reach advantage all around, but the all around better fighter was obviously Illy. It didn't look like it in the beginning because they just both started scrapping, ladies and gentlemen. And Jaw caught Illy with a right and a couple of other punches, but they just wouldn't take out the Georginian. Georginians seem like they're some of the toughest mofos out there, as y'all have seen from other Georginian fighters. But Illy pretty much went for a takedown. I'm sure he got the takedown, even though he was 1 for 4. But that takedown, he did get him. Ja got back up from it. He did have him on the ground for a little bit, but like I said, Ja did get back up. And then they went to second round, and they started scrapping again. And out of nowhere, Illy caught him with a nasty right. He did have him with the body first, to the body or to the ribs area. Then he caught him with that nasty right, dropped him to the canvas. But yeah, after that first round, you would think Ja would, probably end up winning the fight. But no. Oh boy, Illy got the fight. So I am going to be talking the majority of the fights, so it's going to be a couple of words for each, as I usually do. Molly McCann versus Caroline. That fight was, I believe that should have ended much earlier than it did with the first round. Molly also getting a couple of combinations going, a lot of combinations actually. 174 total, 99 total strikes landed. Let's see what the significant was. Significant strikes, 85 out of the 99. That's crazy wild. Caroline, just her striking was, I don't know, just kind of like, it was pretty good striking, just it didn't seem like anything was landing for her, even though it was 64 significant. Just not enough power, I believe. Not enough power from Caroline, the Brazilian. She just didn't look like she had enough, or I don't know if it was the experience or what it was. She just couldn't do anything. Even though she had the reach advantage, the height advantage, she looked like she had the advantages, but just couldn't do anything with it. Molly just pretty much at the end of the first looked like she was just having fun with it. The second, she was still doing a decent amount, but one weakness from Molly's game, she like the head down. I don't know why she kept doing that. She was putting her head down, because if Caroline would have landed one of those knees or head strikes, she would have probably taken her out. But it also looked like Caroline didn't have enough strength to take her out. So, but the clean spinning elbow in the third from Molly McCann blew the roof off. She jumped out of the cage, went out and gave Dana White a hug, and but yeah, that's how it ended for Molly McCann. Looking forward to her next fight. But yeah, that would start off really good for a fight night, ladies and gentlemen. That really started, but then it slowed down just a little bit with Gunnar Nelson and Takashi Sato. I mean, Gunnar Nelson pretty much did what he had to do, with Sato just not wrestling game wasn't that great. His defense was good, but just not really too much. First to third was pretty much the same. It was literally same freaking fight, like as in, well, the round was pretty much all similar. Um, I mean, you can look at these strikes. All of the strikes really were on the ground with those hook um, punches, pretty much. That weird. I don't think I've seen any other fighter use those hook punches like the Gunnar Nell. I don't even know if they're called hook punches, but just the way he was throwing them and just bringing them back, they look like hook punches on the ground. Significant 44 for Gunnar, but total 166. Like I said, the majority of those were all on the ground. Sato, I think his were like in the third. It seemed like when he was just throwing some backward punches that he really didn't have any. He couldn't do anything because Gunnar had him hooked up, and Gunnar tried for the rear naked choke, but the rear naked choke wasn't working because Sato, like I said, his defense for those was pretty decent. It looked like at the very end he was about to get him out there, but he just couldn't. So Gunnar got the unanimous decision win. But that was the slowest part of, I believe, the slowest part of the whole card, or the main card. Paddy the Baddy. As the O2 Arena was saying the whole time, Paddy the Baddy. They literally were saying that after even into the Aaron Arnold entrance, or while he was even actually in the ring. But yeah, this fight started off quick too with Vargas going for well, he was pretty much striking him. I'm pretty sure he landed one to the face of Paddy the Baddy, got him down. Looked like he was trying to go for some submission. But he didn't really have anything going for him. Paddy got back up. Paddy ended up getting him to the ground. And then he pretty much got him in the rear naked choke. And I didn't think it was going to be that quick. But yeah, that was it for Paddy the Baddy. The fight was really good. The entrance to the freaking the ending of it with him and Molly McCann just celebrating, and it was just a really good fight all around. I was surprised that it wasn't the co-main event, but hey, the co-main event was pretty good itself. On to the co-main event, but looking forward to Paddy the Baddy. I was surprised that he was actually having a fight with a veteran, as in Vargas, but hey, you gotta have them fights, I guess. But not too much. Pretty much was it 2 full minutes? Not even 2 full minutes. But yeah, Paddy the Baddy. Looking forward to his next fight. Dan the Hangman Uka versus Arnold Allen. Almighty Arrow Orland. Arrow Orland. But yeah, that fight, or this fight, jam-packed as the rest of the fights. Pretty much all striking fight, nothing on the ground. Dan the Hangman, man, I've just kind of felt a little bit bad for him. Another loss to his record with Aaron Arnold. I mean, Hooker is actually the more known striker, but Aaron Alder was in Covenant. Aaron Alden, I keep messing up his name, but Arnold early landed a whole bunch of combinations, landed the right, then well, actually it was a right he landed, then a powerful right that shook Dan Hooker. It looked like Hooker actually hit him with something, but it looked like it was just a trip. But I wasn't sure because they only showed one highlight of it. But yeah, he as in Dan Hooker didn't really have too much for him. Like I said, I feel kind of bad for him because this is like the third, fourth loss in a row. Could be third or fourth. I'm not sure what I have to look at that, but yeah, pretty much got him on the cage, was just hit him with a whole bunch of combinations. 49 significant, and only 50 landed, but 49 were significant. Dan Hooker with 14 out of 49, and all of them were technically significant, even though it didn't really look like that. But that's because Arnold was throwing so much. I guess it makes sense. But no wrestling from them boys. But yeah, that was a pretty good fight. Like I said, kind of felt bad because Dan Hooker just looked kind of pissed after the fight. But forget who. Oh yeah, Arnold called out for Cater, so that should be a good fight in the future. Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. This fight I actually had issue with my like the fight, like I don't know, it was like lagging, or I don't know if it was the internet or whatever. So I actually didn't get to catch like the first 3 minutes, other than I pretty much caught the very ending of the fight, where freaking Tom Aspinall pretty much put him on the ground, and then got him turned around and got him in a. I'm sure it was a rear naked choke. Even though, yeah, it was a rear naked choke, and that was pretty much it. So like I said, I didn't catch the very beginning of the fight, so can't tell you too much. But hey, I guess it was a pretty decent fight. But even though I didn't catch, like I've said it 3 times now. But the rear naked choke, another impressive win from Tommy Aspinall. I remember he had an interview with Ariel Helwani saying he didn't have an experience and all, but hey, this is his second win in a row. I forget, was it let's look at his Tommy's record, or just his fights. Was that the last one he had? The Alistair Overeem one? Volkov. Am I looking at? Oh no, I'm looking at Volkov's. Let's go to Tommy Aspinall. Before we end this off, let's look at who we had for. Yeah, there's his record. It was against Sergey. That wasn't actually too long ago. September, and Brunson versus Till fight. Which Brunson got the Till, obviously. Andrei Arlovsky. I didn't. Oh, that was 2021. Let's look at Arnold's Arlovsky's record real quick, because I thought Arlovsky was like on a 3-fight winning streak, which he is on a 3-fight winning streak. So I wasn't wrong about that. Is he actually? Whoa. I don't know, Arlovsky's actually on a bigger fight streak than I thought, or a winning fight streak. His last fight loss was actually against Jairzinho. Last loss was against Jairzinho. It doesn't have a fight scheduled, but yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Awesome fight card, awesome fight night. I actually wasn't planning on making the cast this long. But I am on Podbeam right now, on Facebook, on trying to get on more platforms, but don't have my water with me, but that's another podcast for you, ladies and gentlemen, who are listening on Podbeam, Facebook, YouTube. Hopefully, eventually, I'm probably going to end up being on Spotify and other platforms. But thanks for watching, and Sabotage out.